Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to my channel and welcome to your weekly read. I am thrilled to be able to do this read for you. My gosh, I'm a little late on this because I just completed a move, and so I'm not even quite settled in. But nevertheless, I wanted to get something out for you here, and I still got stuff to unpack, and oh, so much stuff. But in any event, I'm so thrilled to be here. So let's go ahead and get started. And let's take a look at what's going on for the next, 4 days or so within this week, and then we'll do a new read for you thereafter. Okay, but I just felt the need to do this for you. So let's take a look. We'll focus in on what Spirit wants you to know most: career, money, finance, and then we will exit out with love. Okay, so let's take a look and see what's going on for you. What is going on for Sagittarius? What does Spirit want you to know most during this time frame here? Okay, and of course, whenever you get this, it's going to be the time for you. Okay, so just note that. All right, what's going on for Sagittarius? What Spirit wants you to know most? Okay, so what do we've got? Wow, you get three major arcanas right out of the gate: the High Priestess, you get the Hermit card, and the Justice card. Wow, guys. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. Jeez, you got another major arcana. You got 4 out of the 6 cards are all major arcana. Spirit's got a big message for you here, okay, is what I'm thinking. And the bottom of the deck is there has been some sort of, you got the 5 of Pentacles that are coming through here. Now, this is interesting because this usually talks about, the 5 of Pentacles is like paying careful attention to your financial affairs and to maybe guard against, whoops, I should put up here a little bit more, and to guard against like any sort of like losses, so to speak. And so this isn't the time to head out to the shops and indulge in retail therapy. Let's just put it that way. Okay. And that's what this is saying. So it could be money or resources you'd want to take a look at. And it might not be the best time to enter into new financial commitments or agreements. So just have a watchful eye here. It doesn't mean that you don't want to miss any good opportunities, but just be careful that the ones that you take are valid and that can improve your situation at this time. I'm going to pull another card underneath it. What do we get? The Fool card, because it's a new beginning. Okay, you're on a new beginning, and look at you. You are protecting yourself. You've got the boundaries here, protecting yourself, holding your ground in the situation on a new beginning. So this is very, very helpful, for you. And we'll pull another card to see what else comes out. But yeah, that's what this is saying. And the 7 of Wands is perseverance, defending and protecting yourself. From this new beginning. It's a new adventure, and it may be a little bit naive in terms of kind of starting out. So that's what's coming through. I'm going to pull a card from Spirit to find out what would be a key thing for you to note in terms of this. What do you need to keep in mind on your underlying energy from your message from Spirit here? What do you need to keep in mind? Leadership. Yeah, you're stepping into, some of you are stepping in your own business, or you're taking a leadership role, and it's to ground yourself. And there's a lot of this is the orange is the sacral chakra, and that is just below the belly button. And but this is about taking leadership. This is not for you to let others take the reins. This is you really doing that yourself, stepping up. You're being asked to be the leader. Okay. It's almost as like your ability to motivate, inspire those who help you on your path. So this could, take place in the work area. It could be community, your family, your circle of friends, but have confidence in your ability. You're guiding others who are less capable than you are. And so this is what is coming through here. It wants you to take the lead on a situation, and maybe it's because others are naive and you are helping them guide the way, for this energy on a new beginning. That could very much well be the case. Note your comments below, guys. That would be interesting, because I think that's what's really kind of going on, especially when I got leadership. It's leadership for those who are not so much, experienced in some sort of way, or you could be taking leadership and starting a new business in some sort of way and getting advice. But whatever the case may be, that's what's there. I do get, focusing in on the subconscious, which is the High Priestess energy. And, this is tapping into that of which you cannot see. So with this coming through, I kind of feel that there is it's like you're going within to look at your subconscious belief system to get some sort of balance out of that, okay? Because the high priestess really focuses in on there is more depth than you've actually seen so far. So you're going within with this hermit energy, which is Virgo. Yeah, so it's about trusting your intuition at this moment. And you need to follow that, your instincts as well, okay? It could be a potential that's been not yet been explored, okay? And so look at the situation again because you may have missed something previously. So that's what this is saying, okay? It's feminine energy, with the high priestess, but it does want you to maybe go within, and I think that's exactly what you're doing with this hermit energy. You're going within for a little bit more knowledge and learning, and to get the more complex aspects of the situation. All right, and I feel that that's what you're doing here. And it's all to reap some sort of justice and balance, in a situation. Now, you could be focusing in on this. Could be like a court case, getting all the information that some things might be not seen quite yet, but it is about focusing in, using your inner wisdom that hasn't been seen yet, and taking that deep introspection and being able to push forward. I think you had to take some time outside, from the outside world to be able to do this. Okay, but that's what I feel that's coming through. But justice is really key because this is about. It could be a legal matter that is falling in your favor, and you're being very careful of the process. You're being fair and reasonable in the situation. It could be, well, we've got tax time that's right around the corner, and within 3 days, but legal documents, marriage agreements, and things like that falling in your favor. Justice is usually a beneficial thing for the outcome. Right on top here. So it's basically saying there's a need for balance in a situation. Okay. Now, the next card that I get is the Strength card, having the inner strength. So this is not the outside like the Chariot energy. This is the inside strength. So this is really focusing in on having the inner strength and achieving some sort of balance to overcome some sort of obstacle. And the obstacle is that of which you're going within to get some more information from, okay? Because that's that Hermit energy, which is Virgo energy above it. So you got Earth energy coming through here. And it might have to do with the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups has to do with nostalgia, memories, comforts of home. All right. Might have to do with home, to overcome, having the inner strength to overcome a conflict at home. All right. Might have to do with family affairs and things like that. So that's what I feel that's what I see that's coming through here. But yeah, it's like, interesting. Give me a card on this obstacle, this Five of Pentacles. What's that about? Queen of Wands. I feel that this is you being very optimistic and charismatic, and being able to push forward. I feel that this is using the kind of, it's being very positive about the situation and using that energy to be able to push forward. Okay, and I feel that this is a opportunity to kind of like, she flies around and she organizes everything. She's full of like lots of ideas, and she's busy like 24/7. And so she focuses in on detail. Now, the negative may be that she's a little bit more, kind of hot tempered, so to speak. So that could be the case. But she's typically in merry chaos, But I feel that this is, for the Five of Pentacles, this is about, focusing in on, overcoming some sort of obstacle, and by using her energy. All right. And so what else we get from that? Queen of Pentacles. Oh, there's a Capricorn energy coming through here. So Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. So this is being very focused and reliable, and and then this one, and this one here is using that energy and fire to get things going. So maybe that you're having a disagreement between a Queen of Pentacles that could be around you, and it's causing some sort of argument. What do you need to keep in mind regarding that? Is there anything that you need to keep in mind regarding that? Okay, let's just take a look. Communication is going to be key. Okay. So something having to do with communication is going to be important. So, and it could be that just, watching your communication, but is there need to communicate your thoughts or feelings and just speak your truth instead of keeping, to yourself out of fear. So what this is saying is that it's time to communicate because it's going to birth something new. 33, both sides need to communicate. 3 and 3 equals 6 to birth something new. Okay. And so I think that's going to be key. Yeah, it's going to be very important to be honest about your opinion. And what you're doing is you're releasing, the energy from your being and promoting healthy body and mind. That's what, communication is really important. All right. So if you have something important to say to someone, maybe within the family or about nostalgia of something of the past, you maybe you do it through writing, speaking, singing, dancing, music or art, maybe journaling. Maybe it's to inspire those around you or to simply just heal yourself. It's important to, raise your vibration, which is communication, and it also raises the vibration in this world. So if you were to communicate to this person, what's the best way to communicate? Let's just take a look and see what might come out for you here. Okay. Listen and don't interrupt. Let them be heard without you talking over them. So that's one thing to keep in mind. For some of you have important conversations, okay? It's kind of being the best human support system, regardless of the situation. It's letting them have their say. It's going to be important. It's going to create imbalance in a situation, okay? What is this justice coming through here? Yeah, this is two people coming together, seeing eye to eye, and it could be expressing emotions, just kind of what we talked about. So some of you have an important conversation that is yet to be had or that needs to be had, okay? And what do we need to know about the past? What is it about the past? What is it? It's about getting the rest that you need, and you're seeing progress take place, and I see a successful completion coming through. Right at the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups, of long-term happiness. So this is about having a fruitful opportunity to get the rest that you need. 3 of Pentacles is seeing progress from all the work that you've been doing, having a successful completion, and this brings a happy home life in place. This is a long-term happiness. So whatever could be happening here, it's bringing in long-term happiness, so to speak. Yeah, wow, interesting. It might have to do with the Queen of, I get air, I get fire energy, earth energy, and the bottom of the deck is sword energy. So this is having the inner strength to have that. So any other final advice that will be important for you regarding what Spirit wants you to know most here? Any final advice? Synergy. It's called the Green Man in this deck because this is the Earth. It's like an Earth Oracle deck. So yeah, it's about kind of cleaning up this energy, right? Yeah, it's like really focusing in on that, and it's kind of like, hey, it's like, how can we create better synergy, surrounding the situation? And this is really capitalizing on that. So yeah, I feel that it is important to have clear communication to create positive synergies surrounding you and the past in some sort of way. Okay. Something about that is going to be very, very important. Okay. So interesting that that's coming out that way. Yeah, it's like focusing in on what's going to grow, what is going to bring in growth to the situation that will flower and will harvest. So plant seeds in that. And what other advice will be important? Speak from the heart, persevere. Financial discipline is coming into place. A lot of the signs are getting this, guys, okay? So it's really kind of honing down and being true to your budget and different things like that, all right? And then karmic completion, putting a successful end. It's like a lesson that has been learned that you won't have to go back to, okay? So that is a successful completion of something that is well learned, and it's gone through a lot in the situation. But yeah, I feel like someone's cutting through the truth, either you or the other person or someone in the situation. But interesting. It's about taking leadership of it. So whatever it is, that's a Spirit's message that's coming through. What is coming out in career, money, and finance for you? Let's take a look in career, money, and finance. What comes out for Sagittarius? What do we have in career, money, finance? Okay. The Hierophant, Taurus energy comes through. You're getting a lot of major arcanas, which is so interesting. Big changes. Eight of Cups, Knight of Cups, King of Cups. Wow. King of Swords. And what do we have here? The Ace of Swords. So bottom of the deck, what do we have? King of Wands. You got the King of Wands, Cups, and Swords. Okay. So you almost have all the kings. The only one you're missing here is the King of Pentacles. Okay. So there's a lot of people in this. It could be boss figures. Even though the boss, which is usually the King of Pentacles, is here, is not here, and the Emperor is all the kings together. But I do get taking leadership. This is about taking leadership, getting spiritual advice. You're either getting it or giving it, all right? Because usually the Hierophant usually talks about traditional learning, seeking advice through institutions in some sort of way. That could be the case. It's Taurus energy, but it's like, this could be commitment, your beliefs, conformity to a situation, or not, okay? But it is focusing in on, some sort of teaching, some sort of, it could be that you've been, it's very a wise, trusted person. And it could be a mentor that is around you or a religious figure in the local community, but there's high trust and regard to this person. Or again, this could be you walking away from something so you can get your 10 of Cups and expressing, moving forward and expressing something. So in career, money, finance, this could be walking away from expressing something, getting authority over your emotions. It's like these two people are looking at each other. They're all kind of like looking different ways. If I set this down, they kind of be looking at having authority over one's emotions. There's the King of Swords, the King of Wands, and the King of Cups. This is at the bottom of the deck, but it's funny because the King of Swords and the King of Wands, they're both looking this way. And so when I say looking that way, they're both looking at the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, having authority over one's emotions, balancing things out. So perhaps that you and a air sign are trying to balance something out and get authority over emotions. And then I do get the clarity that's coming through the Ace of Swords. This is victory and clarity. Like truth wins out. This is focus and truth, and it wins out. So I feel that once keep the emotions balanced a little bit here. This could be you're involved with maybe a couple other people in terms of a situation, but let's get a little bit more and see what we get, because that King of Wands came out here. So give me a little bit more. It's almost as if I feel that they're looking at the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, a water sign. Okay. So let's take a look. What is it that they're looking? What is it that is? What's the clarity that is achieved through the Ace of Swords here? Long-term planning. It's about long-term planning and having some sort of strategy with the Three of Wands. This is momentum, growth, looking ahead. This is leadership to get clarity. And what else? Of the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, this is leadership to get the pot of gold, so to speak. So this is business. This is moving forward and creating a business that leads to financial abundance is what I'm getting here. Okay. What is it about the King of Swords? What do we need to know? Very much focused on his work, very committed to his work, like really focused on whatever he does. That's what he does. He doesn't even look aside. He's creating a, perfecting skill and talent. The King of Wands, that could be you. And I do get Queen of Swords with that. This is finding truth. Like you are looking for the truth in the situation and cut through, and you say it how it is. Now the King of Cups that's coming through, what is that coming through? Six of Pentacles, someone that's wants to balance out the scales. So balancing out emotions, right? Just kind of like I talked about, but also balancing out the emotions as it pertains to the money, okay? So the money bags. So something of this sort, there's a lot of people here, but it's like, it's almost as if you're starting a business and there's multiple people here and you're all working towards the same goal in some sort of way. All right. So, yeah. Why is the Eight of Cups here? Eight of Cups. is teamwork and collaboration. All right. And things are changing from teamwork and collaboration because there's been some conflict, and a message comes through Page of Wands, which is a fresh idea that's cheerful, and it leads to some sort of spiritual healing to balance something out and create some sort of equilibrium. So interesting. Career, money, finance, there's, and I get forgiveness. So someone had to walk away from a job or a situation and hoping that there's forgiveness, but they needed to do so to balance something out. Not to mention that there's a whole new cycle, and this is meant to make some change. So whatever wasn't working, it's about walking away and expressing, hey, I'm sorry, but I got to move on. So again, the Wheel of Fortune's coming through. So what's next in career, money, finance that comes through here? What's next in career, money, finance? A new partnership, spiritual healing and new inspiration, and two people seeing eye to eye. The Sun card, new vitality. Hey, all of this is working towards positive interactions, a positive partnership with the Two of Cups, unity, positive bonds and connections that lead to spiritual healing that and that bring in new vitality. So something having to do with the career in terms of that. All right. I am going to pull anything more that's going to be important for you to remember or to think about. Let's just take a look what you need to keep in mind in terms of the Two of Cups partnerships. Okay, what you need to keep in mind is, let's take a look. So we get the whip and we get the, what is this? The whip and this is the birds, I think it is. Yeah, the birds. So interesting. So you got the 11 card, and usually that indicates like, usually it focuses in on like, it's aggressive. Okay. It is persuasion, persuasion towards something, persuasion towards, like a hot debate. So I think that that's what's happening here. There's some sort of hot debate when you have both of these coming through here. Okay. Some sort of hot debate. Okay. If I could say it, but yeah, give me one more card. Anything more that's important about this healing? The Star card, healing. There's a transformative period. It's the snake. All right. So there's a transformative period here that is happening. Something's going to be transformed. So we know that it's going to be some sort of hot situation. All right. And it's going to lead to some sort of transformative period. And it might have to do with the home, guys. Honestly, it could be something of that, or it could be something having to do with peaceful surroundings. It's like something needs repair. A situation of a foundation that needs repair. So this is about a work situation that needs repair, okay? But I think once you do, there's new vitality that's here. So note your comments, guys. This is interesting. Yeah. So that's showing up in your work read. But let's take a look at your love life. What comes through in your love life? What comes through for Sagittarius in your love life? What is that comes through? What do we get? Wow, taking action and moving forward. Chariot energy. Kind of getting rid of your losses and now taking control. Yeah, you got the clarity that you needed. It's like you were thinking a lot about what you had lost, but now it's about taking control, even though things are hidden. So you got Pisces energy, and there's that King of Pentacles coming out. In your love life, it's taking control even though things are hidden, chalking something up as a loss, but you're moving forward on faith and just taking control of your love life. You're taking control and having faith because you got some sort of clarity. And, this here is thinking about the loss, but this is taking control of that of which is hidden, moving forward. Okay. So I feel that in your love life, that's what's happening. Give me anything more about the clarity that you got here. What is that? The clarity, yeah, you're looking long term. You had to put something, you're looking long term. And this is the Ace of Cups. and this is for the Ace of Cups is, creativity. This is spiritual initiation. This is intimacy, emotional awakening. So you're looking long term at emotional awakening that you have, and look at the Wheel of Fortune comes through. You got the Wheel of Fortune in the last spread, which tells me you're on a cycle. So regardless of the spread, you're on a new cycle. Okay. And we're just finishing, we got a full moon. So you're finishing a cycle and you're moving on to a new one. And this couldn't be more perfect to get the 10 in the Wheel of Fortune because, they're both 10s. It just puts you right on to that end and a new beginning and full moon, right? So this had you thinking a lot about the past, but now there's a new cycle coming in. So now there's a new cycle, passionately moving forward in faith. So then what? What do we get? Yep, rowing into areas that make you feel better. You've released something. You release something toxic, or if you're behind you and you're moving on to the calmer waters, the devil's in reverse, and you're moving towards your prosperity of what you want and the abundance in love. Wow, this is so beautiful. And at the bottom of the deck is manifesting what you want, and this is taking action, having the willpower and the intellect, and being inspired to take the action and moving forward. So this is reassurance that I'm going to get the love that I want no matter what. Okay, and the only person that can make that decision is me. So I'm deciding that. All right. Anyone that's coming towards Sagittarius, what do we get? This is oh my gosh, new inspiration from the past, but taking the lead, and then what? And going within. Okay, Virgo energy is coming in, and resurrection. For some of you, there could be an opportunity way back, but there's new inspiration, and your leadership is coming through twice after deep introspection, and you're going to make a judgment call. Okay, so this judgment call is there's a new resurrection of energy. You're going to make a judgment call of what the 10 of Pentacles is for you here. So what do you need to keep in mind in terms of love to close out? What do you need to keep in mind? Okay. Regarding this decision, this judgment. I get the fish and I get the bear. How interesting, guys. So you got the 15, which is the bear, and that really talks to me about and the fish. Okay, so it talks to me about an opportunity for strength and power, being that King of Pentacles, coming through here. Taking the lead. This is the lead card in the deck about your past, is what's coming through here. And with the 34 card, with the fish, this is interesting because this tells me this usually is prosperity and good luck. It's money, it's investment, it's flowing. So this is flowing strength. The fish, it's interesting because usually, let me pull one more card just to see if anything comes after the bear. What is anything more from the fish? The keys, getting the keys to prosperity and having the strength to go for what you want. It's kind of like the Magician card, because you get the 33 card, and that focuses in on having the keys to the situation, the solution. There's a breakthrough, an answer, and there's an opening of a door. So with having strength, this is a big breakthrough in love. So that's what's coming through too. A big opportunity in love that brings forth prosperity in love. Man, this is powerful. You're breaking something that's coming through here. Interesting. Yeah, you could have a Pisces or a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo come through, or you're taking on this, again, the King of Pentacles keeps showing up, so you might have a earth sign around you. I do get Cancer energy. I do get Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm getting all the signs, but it's getting rid of illusion and fantasy and taking control and being stronger and making better decisions, okay? Yeah, this is what I'm getting. Yeah, and I even get manifesting coming out again, okay? So manifest your wish coming true in this, I think, is what's going to be very key. I'm going to leave it there, guys. Note your comments, like, and subscribe. And if you want a personal read, click the link in the description box below and for a personal read. And I look forward to seeing you next time. All right. Namaste.